Hello viewers, you're welcome to my channel. This is Luchi's Design. If you are new to my channel, you're welcome. Please subscribe, like and share my video. And if you are a returning subscriber, thanks for all your support. Today's video is the continuation of the previous video of the cutting of this dress. So if you are seeing my video for the first time and you would like to see the cutting part, I will leave the link on my description box. Please do well to check it out. In today's video, I'll be taking you through on the sewing process. Please make sure you watch till the end. So the first thing I did is that I placed my pattern on my fabric and I cut it out. I added half-inch sewing allowance on this part. That's the only sewing allowance I added on my fabric when I placed my pattern. So to determine the part of the dress that will go to the back, I place my fabric right side facing the right side like this. Okay, let me use my pattern paper now to show you. This is wrong side, this is wrong side. I place the right side facing the right side. And I want the wrap to be at my right hand side. So if I tie my belt, it will go to the left side. Okay, that's all for that. And for the belt, I cut the length of 40 inches. I have 40 inches here, and the width is 5 inches. If I fold it, it will be 2.5. I use half inch to sew it. I cut two, one for the front and one for the back. Okay, to sew the dress, I will start with my front part. So I will be turning the neckline with the facing. I will just place it together, right side facing the right side, and I will sew. I will stitch it with half inch, and I also do the same thing on the back. I'll do it now and come back and show you the next thing to do. So after sewing it, I will remove my pins and give it a notch round. Please, this notching is very important so that if you turn it, it will relax very well. I also do the same thing on the back part. After that, I will turn it this way and give it a good ironing. I'll make sure I iron it very well, both for the front and for the back. After ironing it, this is how it will look like. After that, I will now work on the lower part. The first thing I will do on my trouser is to sew the crotch, both for the front and back. Okay, I've gone ahead to sew it. I just use half inch to sew it. Please make sure you use that half inch you added to sew. If I unfold it, this is how it will look like. Can you see? I've also done the same thing on the back part. See what I have for the back. I stopped my sewing on that 9 inches I measured down. This is my sewing allowance. So I will now join the upper part for the front. I will also join the upper part for the back. I'll just go to my sewing machine and use half inch and sew it down. I will also do the same thing on the back part. I'll go to my sewing machine now and join it and come back and show you what you will have. Okay, I've sewn it. I use half inch to join it. This is for the back. I use my hot iron to fold the sewing allowance. Also do the same thing on your own. Can you see what we have? This is the front. I've also sewn it. So the next thing now is to iron it very well. After that, I will now work on the wrap. Make sure you determine the wrong and the right side. So I will fold it this way. I will fold in half inch first and fold it again, and I will top stitch on it. I'll also do the same thing on this part. I will go and do it now and come back and show you. This is what I have when I was done. I will iron it very well. After that, the next thing I will do now is to join the front and back together. I will use the 1 inch I added for my sewing allowance to shape it. I will shape it straight down. I will mark it now so that you understand what I'm trying to say. So I'll place the front and back right side facing the right side, and I will mark my sewing allowance straight down. After that, I'll go to my sewing machine and shape it. After that, I'll come back and show you what I have. I've sewn it already. This is what I have. As you can see, I did not join the shoulder. I will do that later. So I will notch the waistline. Please notch the waistline so that you can relax very well. And I will use my iron to open press the seam. I will open press it straight down. I'll do that off camera now. After that, I will now join the main dress together. So I will place the front and back together. Just align it very well, and I will use my pin to hold the waistline. I will secure it with pin for the two sides. Just follow what I'm doing, you will get it right. After pinning it, I will first of all join my crotch. So I will match the front and back crotch together. As you can see, I left half inch. I did not close it up. Also on the back part, this is because I will be weaving it later so that you can achieve a neat finishing on that part. So I will align it now and sew it with half inch sewing allowance I added when I was cutting it. I also do the same thing on this leg. I'll do it now and come back and show you what you have. Okay, I'm gonna head to sew it. Can you see? You can easily weave it. This is the method I normally use when I did not interlock it before sewing it. So after that, I will be joining the both sides. So I will align the front and back together the way you see me doing. I use my pin to secure it. So I'll go to my sewing machine now and sew the both sides. But before then, I will show you how you can shape the side. I will pin it first. Make sure you pin before you sew. Alright. So after that, I will now mark my sewing allowance. I will mark the 1 inch I added on the upper part. I will mark it. Please use your tape to measure. And on the lower part, I will measure 0.75. That's what I added on the trouser part as my sewing allowance. I will mark it straight down. I also do the same thing on this side. Or I will divide my waist by 2. I have 20 inches, so I will mark the remaining this side. I also do the same thing on the bust. Make sure you align your zipper allowance so that it can enable you to place the accurate measurement. I have 21 here. I will place the remaining. I will just do it straight down. After that, I will also confirm the lap measurement. Okay, this is very accurate. I have 0.75 left, so I will use that 0.75 to join the side. I will now go to my sewing machine and follow the line and stitch. I've stitched it already both for the two sides. I will now insert my zip. When I was cutting the back part, I did not remove the zipper bulge, so I will show you how you can place your zip and how you will remove the zipper bulge on the waistline. Just follow what I'm doing now, you'll get it right. So I will just use my chalk now to mark it. I'll just go in by half inch on my waistline and slant it to the next side. So I'll use my pin now to pin it so you understand what I'm trying to say. I'll follow the markings and pin it now. Always work with your pins. Can you see what I'm doing? So I will pin it. I'll also do the same thing on the other side. After that, I'll go to my sewing machine and stitch it down. So I've already stitched it down. See what I have. So for the back neckline, I use my seam ripper to rip off the trace so that I can tuck in my zip and sew it. I will close it this way so that I can close the head of the zip. Just watch carefully what I'm doing. If you are sewing your back facing, you leave about 1 inch. Please take note of that. After that, the next thing now is to sew our overlay on the dress. Just watch what I'm doing, you will get it right. I will pick it now and match it on the front shoulder. Please remember that it will be on the right side. So just watch what I'm doing. The side stitch of the dress will be facing the side stitch of the wrap. So I will match it together now. Use my pin to secure it. Can you see? I will now place it on the back shoulder and use my pin to hold it. I'll also do the same thing for the front part. I will match it and use my pin to secure it. After that, I will go to my sewing machine and sew it. I'll come back and show you now. Sew it this way. Alright, can you see? I've secured it with a stitch. See what I have here? Can you see? I also do the same thing on the back part. Okay, can you see the zipper side? Let me show you what I have there. I've closed it up. It's looking very neat now. So I'll turn it this way and tack it with my hand needle. Right? So the next thing now is to join the front and back shoulder. I will arrange my dress very well so that you can see it clearly. So I will match the front and back shoulder together. I will sew it fabric to fabric, facing to facing. Align it very well. Can you see what I'm doing? I'll use my pin to hold the fabric together. I'll hold it. I will also secure the facing with a pin. After pinning the fabric, I'll pin the facing. This is because I want to achieve a neat finishing on the shoulder. I will show you after I'm done sewing it. I'll just sew it with 1/2 inch now. I'll come back and show you the next thing to do. I've stitched it. Can you see? So I will turn it now so that you can see how the wrong side will look like. Can you see? Can you see the shoulder? Alright, I've also done the same thing on the other side. See what I have on the other shoulder. I will also turn it now for you to see. Just arrange it very well. Can you see? Very neat. I will arrange it very well for you to see the outcome of everything. So the next thing now is to attach my belt. I've gone ahead to sew it, so I will turn it inside out. I will use screwdriver to push it out. After pushing it out, I will fold this part, fold it 2 times. I will stitch on it and I will attach it this way. Just watch what I'm doing. Attach it like this. I will go to my sewing machine now and stitch it down. Alright, please make sure you subscribe to my channel if you find my video helpful. So after that, I will use my hemming gum to iron my facing down so that it won't be moving around. You can use hand needle to tack it. Alright, so I will just place my hemming gum under my dress and I will use my hot iron to iron it down so that it can stick together. For the back part, I will arrange it this way. Fold it like this and fold it again. I will iron it out now. You can tack it with hand needle as I said before, but I will use my hemming gum now so that it will be very neat. After that, I will use my bias to turn the armhole area. But before then, I'll go to my weaving machine and interlock it before folding it in. So I will do that off camera now. Please, if you find my video helpful, kindly hit the subscribe button and turn on your notification bell so you get notified once I upload a new video. Alright, thanks for watching my video. Bye.